Hi everyone, welcome to the old drive shed. This is the motor that's going to go on the tractor that I'm building. This is pretty much how I got it. It's got a square plate on the bottom of the motor. It's not supposed to be there, but well, that's how it came, and that's probably how it's going to stay. I might take that off and make a round, but other than that, it supposedly runs. Never really had it running. I've turned it over many times and it'll chug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a kind of clean it off and give it a coat of paint, and we'll see what it looks like. Oh, yeah, this is an International Harvester Model M. You know, it's kind of funny. So when I got this motor, I thought this thing looks like it's made for Christmas. So it's like painted in Christmas colors. The green I'm painting is not quite the color, but it's gonna have to do. Okay, well, it's an improvement. Who's ever heard of a green engine with silver flywheels and red and red caps everywhere? It doesn't look right. That's like a John Deere green. It's not even the right color green for the motor. Anyhow, it'll be fine when I get many more coats of paint on it. Next thing is let it sit here and dry, and I'll start it up. Tank's full of water, and what I wanted to do was start the thing and paint the wheels while it was running. I know it sounds a little odd, but it does a really good job that way. So, and you'll also notice I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I'm just copying what I've seen some other videos doing, assuming that it's right. Bad. Another dose of this. Miracle juice. I think I had it there, but the flapper there has been closed. got a little water leak in the valve. Fix that. Needs another coat of paint. We'll fix that. Paint these red parts. We'll do that. Gotta fix the little flapper valve that was on the bottom here. I just replaced it with that pipe. Actually, I think it works better that way than it did with the valve. I may actually go out and get the proper color paint and paint the whole thing again on top of all this. So yeah, I'm impressed. That's the longest it's ever ran. Probably for years. That's the story behind this motor. It sat in a person's basement for about 40 years, I was told. I think it was 40 years. And this guy had fixed the whole motor up, and of course it had never ran. Everybody just assumed that, you know, it ran good because it was all fixed. It turns out there was a lot of parts that had to be refixed. Repairing old repairs, even though it really wasn't due to wear. Just things that weren't done properly. Anyway, so there we go. I'm happy. Here's a question for somebody out there. Whoops, let's turn that down for a minute. I know this is the governing rod. You know, I understand how that works. But what I don't get is, how do we govern the speed of the engine? Is it just through the magneto where you set it? Which I don't think it is. I mean, I understand this thing, right? However, it seems to respond to this, which I thought was the like the mixer needle. So I can crank it right up in speed by turning this a little bit, or I can kill it. So is this really how it's being governed? Is throttle, is this what they call throttle governed speed control? And if so, like, why do we have this? Anyhow, and the other question is, this thing right here, the oiler, the reservoir, is bubbling while the motor is running. And I'm guessing compression is getting past one of the compression rings, and it's coming up the oiler. As well as, I'd like to know, how exactly do we adjust this? Which way is more oil, less oil? Like, do I crank it right down here until it stops? I just need to know some things about this motor. There's nobody to ask, you know. I don't have a great-grandfather to ask. So, and I know this is the window, and I understand you open this, but I guess that would be the opposite way. This would be more oil. Right. Okay, there we go. And the oil should drip. You'll see it through the window there. Eventually. It's been sitting out in the sun here for quite a while, so it's quite warm. Is it now dripping? It's not dripping at all. Oh, there we go. One drip. Okay, come on. 2. Pretty slow. Just need to know, like, about how fast should this thing be oiled? Like, what's the drip rate? So, it's a question for somebody out there. I was watching this fella, Shop Dog Sam, and he had a lot of answers, but he doesn't seem to ever reply to questions. So, God, I hate that when it happens. Anyway. Thanks for watching.